What a beautiful day for the end of February. I'm walking around out here and shorts. I can't believe the weather. It's amazing. There's snow in the upper states and New York, and I've got sunshine and smiles and you know enjoying today. This is one of my beds that I moved over this fall and created, or I'm trying to create some of my own compost. There's the oak leaves I got from Amy, the grass. It's not breaking down like a hot compost pile, but it's gonna be a really nice bed, by the time spring gets here. With the grass, I turned it over, and kept it going, but not long enough, for it to all break down into fine dirt. I'm going to have to look for a source of coffee grounds to start adding to this. Silky's here to help out, huh, Silk? She says, let it be spring. We need to garden, huh? Silky guards the garden. And then I've got those leaves, that I collected at my daughter's. Here's my favorite tomato. And, let's see. Look at the soil. Adding the straw bales. They're about 6 inches, hunks that I took off the straw bales. And then put dirt on each side. Oops, I broke the root. I wanted to show you the roots. Because the other one down here, the root came and ran across the ground here about 3 feet. I've got it in the bottom of the pile over there. Let's put that back in. Look at that. Little red worm. That's amazing. I'm kind of excited and can't wait to go out and not go out, but go get started on moving my garden back here. It's kind of like I gotta prepare for anything this year. Last year was so much rain the whole month of May into June, and everything. A lot of the seeds didn't germinate, and then these tomatoes turned out awesome. It's the first time I've ever had tomatoes that didn't, down here, that didn't get blight or blossom end rot. And I attribute it to the hay bales and raising the ground a little bit here. And this year, I've got to put something here, a border or a fence to deter, either deer or people, because all my tomatoes, when we had the fair over there, someone parking in the field here, took all my tomatoes, and then I had to wait another month, and they were almost ready to harvest, and they came back and took the rest of the tomatoes. So I got very few tomatoes out of my garden to eat. And if they would have just knocked on my door and said, could I have some of your tomatoes, I would have gladly gave it to them. And I kind of wish they would have at least left me one. That would have been a kind thing to do. But planning wise right now, I'm debating on whether or not to start the tomato seeds. But I know back here I'm gonna do a row coming across with the tall beans and I can't think now, I wrote it down. but right now is the time. Look at this. It's like sinking in the mud. Ground is so wet. But I really loved my garden over there, but thanks to the oak, not the oak, the pecan and the walnut, all the juggalo that's in the ground, caused issues and didn't let plants grow and killed tomato plants and stunted the growth of other plants. And with the hugelkultur bed that I grew the potatoes in, that's the only bed that actually really produced. It seems like all the wood in the ground allowed the water to drain through and didn't build up the juggalo, so it was kind of poison free, for the potatoes to grow. And it turned out really well. But it's, what do you call it? There's another, what I'm finding in there's an oak tree, and I'm not sure what the other one is, but it looks like it's starting to bud. And it's way too early for that. But there is a walnut tree or a pecan tree that's snuck in there. And I hate doing it, but I'm going to have to get in that bush and cut it down. And then, to protect this area from the juggalo. The little creek. I'm tripping over you, Soak. This is like a dry creek bed here in my yard. Water flows from the other places, down that way, and comes through this yard and turns into a river and a large pond over that way. But it's kind of fun to come out here. There's crawdad houses. Let's see, sinking in the mud again. It's kind of like a swamp. But I don't mind. I don't really want to change it, because if I were to dig along there and try to divert the water back to the field, then I'm throwing the problem on people back there, and that's not right, to do. And then if I build up here, it'll just bring the water left or right. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, because the water only gets maybe a quarter of an inch high before it comes into the house. So far it hasn't made it into the house yet when we get massive rains. But there's my empty nest. It looks like it needs some rebuilding. It's starting to decompose. All of this is from the pecans and the walnuts. I can't actually use this for compost until it's extremely old and all the juggalo is out of it. But I'm going to start calling some tree services around here and see if I can get any wood chips. That way, I've got a source. The only thing is down here you got to worry about ticks, bringing in more ticks and stuff into your yard. But, I'll deal with that if I can find a source, to bring it in. Look at the sky. Beautiful day. And sunshine. I'm hitting almost 60 hours of free solar energy from my solar panels this month. This is probably going to be the top producing month for free solar heat. Looks calm. And then we were out the other day, and robins are still here. The robins were all over by the bank, and this is the first year I've ever seen robins in the wintertime. I put up a video of thousands of them, in my yard, that one day. And then a couple of days ago, the starlings were in mass, flight, kind of like a crazy movie. My asparagus buckets. These are self-watering buckets that I took 50-gallon drums and cut in half. In the bottoms of them, I've got sand and then PVC tubing that goes down the sides. I started out watering them from here, and I found it was better just to take a juice jug and cut the bottom off. And then I can water it from here. Or actually, see all the water? I'm not sure if you can see the water level in there. But very few times. These pretty much take care of themselves. We get so much water that they're self-sufficient. And the dirt level's going down, so I need to add some more dirt to it. I thought about moving them into the ground, but they're doing so well on their own. I'm just going to keep them there. But you can see from the shape, instead of round, it's kind of egg-shaped. That's from water coming in and freezing. And then my, what do you call that, topsoil bags, I grew tomatoes in them. Grass is making its way in the bags. But that's easy enough to cure. I really am gonna miss my garden being here, but it doesn't do any good to be here if it's not productive. I'm gonna start getting up a greenhouse with the cattle panels here. I'm gonna have 2 coming from there out to here, and then plastic over them. And the solar panels will either be moved, one there and one here, or in front of it. And that's going to be quite an adventure, but I got to get that wood up there replaced before I do it. Otherwise I would have to take it down again and then put it back up. But, you know, what do you call it? I don't know what else to say right now. The mushrooms are pretty much disintegrated now. Not much left of them. I thought they were really cool, but I don't know, you know, exactly what they are, and I'm not gonna eat them. It looks like the moles are still at work back here. Not sure what that is. Rabbits, you know, left some little pellets or something in there. It's such a beautiful day to be out here. You know, I guess I should figure out something to do. I'll go ahead and close for now. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.